Honestly, this is really bonkers. A huge announcement has just come from the Shiba Inu group. It would appear that they are making good on their promise to have a top-secret plan to increase Shiba Inu prices to $1. This is not a practice run. It is now becoming apparent to us. There are questions about the 63 billion Shiba Inus. Tell me what's going on. If Shiba Inus are going to make a full recovery soon, why? Allow me to clarify. Shiba Inu has seen a decline in price. That being said, be not deceived. It's not a mere coincidence. A great deal of pressure is developing beneath the surface. This is analogous to the moment just before a massive wave crashes in, when the tide goes out. At the moment, that's how it feels. Even if a couple of red candles appear on the charts, the community is raging. All around you there is a hump. It has everyone's attention. We seem to be teetering on the brink of something monumental, to be honest. Why? Now as things are heating up, the Shiba Inu squad let go with a wild move. What they're implying is much bigger than a simple update or adjustment. No. In other words, they claim to have a move, release, or plan that might propel Shiba Inu to their ideal goal. 1 penny. That is more than rhetoric. That's quite an audacious claim. The most absurd aspect? They seem assured as if they already have a strategy in place and are simply waiting for the perfect opportunity to implement it. Then completely unexpectedly, Coinbase receives this enormous transaction. Boink. No sound, no leaks, nothing. An unexpected move of whale proportions. There is no more suspect timing than this. In an effort to determine whether it is connected to the team's announcement, the community is going absolutely bonkers. Is this all part of a plot? Is there a move afoot before a massive bomb goes off? The timing is absolutely crucial in this case. Okay, but is this all just talk? I know a lot of you are wondering that as you monitor the price chart. I think you raise a valid point. However, the intriguing part is this. An analyst who has been keeping tabs on Shiba Inu claims that the coin is holding its value. Really, it's not budging. It's crucial that it keeps bouncing off of a strong level. That the dips are selling well is a good sign. Their resolve is unwavering, and they refuse to allow it to fall any lower. The arrival of such backing is typically an indication of great things to come. It gets better though, since the identical analyst also spotted something even more intriguing. The Shiba Inu, he observed, is showing signs of developing bullish energy. When a spring is compressed to its breaking point, it becomes immediately apparent. Indeed, that is the appearance of this. The momentum is increasing according to the graphic. It would be interesting to see Shiba Inu expand into new territory if it manages to overcome the next major obstacle. What then transpired? At long last, the Shiba Inu squad has taken action, and it's causing quite a stir, but in a good way. Everyone is talking about a new powerful message that Luis Delgado, a prominent person in the Shiba Inu community, just released. Furthermore, holders could not have benefited more from hearing this at this very moment. I can attest to the fact that his headline reality check is spot on. Delgado made his point very apparent by using a poker analogy. The man behind Shiba Inu, Shytoshi Kusama, isn't finished yet, he claims. Actually, he's being coy. Delgado claims that Shytoshi has more than one major advantage that goes beyond simply changing the cards in his hand. The entire table is turned over. His main point is that there are unannounced but highly significant announcements, utilities, features, and efforts that are prepared for deployment. When it does drop, it has the potential to upend the Shiba Inu ecology as we know it. Greater attention, greater demand, and more use cases are the results of that. You are already aware of the effect on price as demand increases. Delgado is also not merely making empty claims. He bolstered it with a hashtag that is currently trending throughout the community. Petite aspiration. Japanese Shiba Inu. I agree with that. 1 penny. The enchanted figure. The ideal objective. It may sound far-fetched at first, but this isn't an idle fantasy. He's implying that this objective may begin to appear more realistic in light of the team's upcoming launch. Well, let me put that in context for you. In comparison to where we are at the moment, it's a massive leap. The token's value would have to increase by more than 78,000% from where it is now. It seems enormous, doesn't it? However, let me explain. This behavior in Shiba Inus is not new to us. Do you recall the year 2021? Keep in mind that Shiba Inu went into hyperdrive in the span of a few hours. From 1 second it seemed like any other altcoin, and the next it was people's lives were turned upside down by their suddenly transformed portfolios. That was no accident. Momentum, timing, and a community with rallying skills were what made it happen. And that energy is just now resurfacing. It is palpable. You can guarantee that people are paying attention when Delgado claims that Shytoshi still has a few tricks under his sleeve. The kind of momentum that hasn't been witnessed in years might be reignited if even just one of those game-changing decisions comes to fruition. The sort that garners media attention. The kind that makes people wonder, how tall can a Shiba Inu get? Clearly, this is more than a single post. Here we have a signal and a spark. That 1 cent fantasy might not be that far away after all if things continue to align like they did previously. Something is important for you to understand regarding signals. A huge transaction occurred in the last day. The whole balance of 63 billion Shiba Inu tokens, which is about 1 million USD, was stealthily removed from a Coinbase hot wallet by a single wallet. There was not a single remnant of dust, and there were no trades or bridges either. Just departed. Transferred to a new location with a single tidy sweep. The story gets more intriguing from here on out. The tokens have remained in that wallet ever since they landed there. All they're doing is sitting, completely unspent, untraded, and undelivered. Evidently, someone has taken them outside, parked them, and is now contemplating what to do next. Now hear this. There is no history stored in the new wallet. There is no known whale associated with it. No DeFi platform or central exchange is associated with it. Even though it's a ghost wallet, the number of Shiba Inus it contains has recently been newsworthy. And the thing is, something is likely afoot when large-scale withdrawals like this occur, particularly from a prominent exchange such as Coinbase. This is not an arbitrary move. I've done the math. It's all a part of a grand scheme. Perhaps an upcoming long-term move is in the works. Perhaps a big announcement is imminent. I mean, maybe they have some insider knowledge that the rest of us don't have quite yet. And take a moment to consider the time. The Shiba Inu squad drops a bombshell announcing their secret weapon and their intentions to go for the 1 cent mark. Then, on Coinbase, this massive transaction occurs, practically without fail. Could there be a connection? We have not received confirmation. The synchronicity is difficult to disregard though. What if this wallet is actually owned by somebody with ties to the project? What if they're just getting ready to make a big move? Is it possible that the next stage of the Shiba Inu's trip will involve numerous whale moves, of which this is but the beginning? Listen, we are still missing some information. At this point, everything is conjectural. When everything starts to fit together like way, even guesswork has some validity. A paramount message for the community. Uncovering the mystery of a transfer measuring whale size. Nothing has happened since then. There's no misalignment. And the energy. I'm extremely bullish. Does this portend a meteoric rise for Shiba Inus? Is this the beginning of the ascent to the fabled 1 cent mark? There may be some exciting developments on the horizon, but we don't yet know for sure. I can tell you one thing. Out there, someone is confidently and stealthily making moves, as well as substantial financial backing. Never close your eyes. A strange thing is transpiring. This is the kind of thinking that can start a revolution. In light of recent events, Lucy's remark struck a chord. For some, the market may appear unstable. Fluctuations in price including drops and flattening out. That's how the game is played. However, developers are hard at work behind the scenes. On the go, the whales, and the community remains resolute, speaking out with greater clamor than ever. What seems like a tranquil storm right now is actually the calm before a huge one. Just like Lucy mentioned, maybe these challenging times are preparing us for the genuine run. The one that surprises everyone on the sidelines by completely turning the script on them. Lucy may be naive, but then again, so could everyone who has clung onto a token just before it became popular. Look at the results they received from that. Yes, Shiba Inus may seem to be in a bit of a slump at the moment, but they are actually preparing for something big. And if this is the worst that's going to happen, as Lucy said, then maybe the best is yet to come. However, how do you feel about this? Make your comment in the space provided.